What's up, party people? That was awful. The most hello fellow kids energy I've ever had in my life. Let me try that again. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Taylor. Today I get to share something really cool with you. This is another UAD pedal. If you guys saw my last video on the UAD Anti, it's a 5150 and a pedal, sort of pedal. So we have another UAD pedal today. This is the 𝗏𝐿𝐿𝑒, which recreates a 1992 dual rectifier Rev F in a box. Wow, that was loud. Impressive. It recreates the classic sound of the 90s dual rectifier, or supposedly it does. We're gonna check it out here in a second, but let's open it up. Let's see what's in the box. I have no idea what this says. 𝗏𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 something. I don't even know what language that is. Maybe someone can chime in and help me out with that. Very similar form factor to the Anti pedal there. Let's see in this camera. Now, one of the things that I really liked about the Anti pedal, and this is like a personal preference sort of thing, I like it when there's pedals like this that look like traditional analog pedals, but hide the tech through an app. So you can log into this pedal, it sounds weird. You can connect to this pedal with an app and you have additional features in the app that you can't access through the front panel here. Yeah, very cool looking. Let's read the specs. This is the UAD 𝗏𝐿𝐿𝑒 pedal. It recreates the sound of a 1992 Rev F dual rectifier amplifier. We talked about this already. On the front of the pedal, we have gain, presence, output, bass, mid, and treble controls. And then we have these three switches in the middle. The middle switch will store your setting as a preset, or you can switch it into alternate mode, which changes the gain to a room control, the presence to a gate control, the bass to an overdrive, the mid to an overdrive tone, and the treble to an overdrive level. We also have three switchable channels on the front of the pedal, a clean, an orange, and a red channel. This pedal also has built-in cab IRs. It has a UK Vintage 30 cabinet, a California Vintage 30 cabinet, and a white 75 cabinet. Like I mentioned earlier, you can connect to the 𝗏𝐿𝐿𝑒 pedal with the UAFX control app, and in the app you have all sorts of additional controls for the pedal. We will go into that in this video. You can run this pedal in 4-cable mode. For those of you that want to run effects as if you were running them through the effects loop of an amplifier, and this whole package comes in at $399.99 US at the time of making this video. So there you have it. Few disclaimers real quick. This video is sponsored by Sweetwater, who sent me out this pedal pre-launch. If you do end up liking this pedal and you want to pick one up, you can use the link down in the description below. It helps out the channel at no additional cost to you. It's a win-win. Okay, let's plug this guy in and get to the chugs. So I have the pedal hooked up here. It is plugged into this solid state power amplifier, the Power Stage 700, that is powering this 𝐒𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 cabinet that is being mic'd up with an 𝐴KG-C414XL2. That is a lot of things to say. That's what you are hearing right now. I also have the Devil overdrive plugged into the front of this. That is not engaged at the moment. It sounds very dual rectifier-ish. Let me explain what's going on here. So the way that you would use this pedal is you would use the controls on the front of it. Obviously, that's how you use pedals. I'm not telling you anything new. So there are controls on the front of the pedal, but really the app is where you unlock the versatility of the pedal. So you open up the app, you see the UAFX 𝗏𝐿𝐿𝑒, you click on that there, and then it connects. Now we're connected to the pedal. Right now, we have the noise gate turned off. The overdrive is also turned off. The overdrive is assigned to this button currently on the front of the pedal here. We'll get to that stuff. Let me just keep going over the app here. We have the signal flow on full. Now, if you were using this with like a 2 power amp or something like that, and you want to cut out the power amp emulation, you can do that right here. You put it on preamp 𝗏𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 or 𝗏𝐿𝐿𝐿 plus power amp. There's some routing options, okay? Now we're on the orange channel right now. Let's actually go to the red channel, huh? So we're on the red channel now. We have our channel style, normal or vintage. Let's go on normal. This is what that sounds like. It sounds very dual rectifier to me. Now you can hear we have a little bit of noise. We do have a gate here. So if we turn this switch to alternate, we can engage our gate. And there you can hear it cutting all the noise out. I'm gonna leave this gate off for the time being. We're gonna put the switch back down into the main mode, so we're controlling the gain and the presence and the output and all that stuff. But let's go back to the app controls here. So channel style normal, vintage. And you can see once we switch over to vintage mode, we also have the orange presence control here. So on a dual rectifier amplifier, you can actually turn the presence on the orange channel up and down, and it will affect the vintage mode on the red channel. I think I said that correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong on the comments on that, but I believe that's the way it works. Well, let's go back to the normal though. The red channel normal is like modern. Tubes, we can go from 6L6 to EL34. Back to 6L6. I'm gonna leave these on 6L6 for now. We can change the rectifier from solid state to tube. We've been on solid state, so let's go to tube. Power mode from bold to spongy. And since we have the full signal flow on right now, we can actually turn down this master or turn it up to simulate cranking the master on an actual dual rectifier amplifier. So you can hear when we turn the master down, it does get a little bit tighter. You know, it does sound a little bit like cooler power tubes or whatever. Let's actually compensate for that by turning the output volume up here. And when I'm changing these settings, the thing that I kind of have to tell you, like it's hard to relay over video, is it actually responds a lot like switching the settings on the amplifier, you know, especially like the bold and the spongy setting. I particularly remember messing with that on an actual dual rectifier and it having a very similar response to where it felt like you had to dig in harder to get, you know, the same response out of it with the spongy setting. Okay, and then other stuff we have here in the app, if we go over to the settings, we can change the way the foot switches behave. I have it set to overdrive and live/preset for the second foot switch. You can change it to live and preset. You can change it to turn the gate on and off and then have the second foot switch between live and preset. We have 4-cable mode as well, and if you hit that little eye in the circle thing, it will show you what 4-cable mode does and how to hook it up. If you aren't familiar with that, you can essentially use this as like a preamp and the power amp emulation, and then run pre and post effects with the pedal if you want, which is really, really nice feature, actually. We're gonna ditch the app for now. I think we have a pretty good base with the pedal. Let's just dial the pedal with the knobs on the front of the pedal now. You know what I mean? We can turn the built-in boost on and off right here. And I think we have this set on, actually, let me go back to the app 1 second here. So this is set on Tube Screamer right now. I'm gonna switch this over to the TC Pre. And then we're gonna go to alternate mode here, and then we're gonna turn the overdrive all the way down. We're gonna turn the level all the way up, and we're gonna turn the tone just a little bit past noon. There's the Tube Screamer. Let's go to the TC integrated preamp. A lot of people like this sound with a dual rectifier, myself being one of them. You know, this is very similar to like a Pepper's Dirty Tree or even a Fort and Grind or something like that. You shouldn't be saying other brands in this video, but you get it, right? Like, come on. We're adults here. We can talk about this. There are the different overdrive modes. Let's turn this overdrive back off here. I'm just gonna dial this a little bit, and I have this middle switch back to amp here so that when I'm controlling these, it's like, you know, bass, middle, and treble. And you'll really notice this about the gain with this pedal. This gain to me is identical to a dual rectifier, and one of the things that I kind of have a hard time with the dual rectifier sometimes is like getting that gain under control, because if you turn it up, I mean, it's very cool, very fuzzy. We're gonna turn this back down here a little bit. Okay, let's hear what that sounds like boosted now. overdrive off. Okay, let's turn the Devil overdrive on here. You can see how I have it set, and this does have a built-in gate, so we don't need to use the gate in the pedal, just FYI. I think it takes an external boost really, really well. Now, one of the things that I've noticed talking to a lot of dual rectifier fans in my quest for the dual rectifier tone, one of the things that I've noticed talking to like a lot of dual rectifier guys, guys that swear by that amplifier, they all have their own go-to boost pedals. For example, the way the Devil overdrive came into existence is because I wanted a pedal that did like very specific things. So I totally get being a boost nerd. Like me, I'm a boost nerd, no hate. I totally get being a boost nerd and like wanting to dial in your own like very unique tone. And this takes a boost really, really well. Really a lot like the dual rectifier and I'm just really impressed with this UA stuff, man. I really am. And one of the really cool things about them that I like, you know, maybe you're not a fan of having to get out your phone and do this, but I actually like that. I like that you can go in there and you can change the same settings that you would have on the amplifier. I think it's just a really nice feature. Let's hear what the built-in cab IRs sound like real quick. Okay, I haven't changed anything on the pedal, obviously, because that's no cabinet. Let's go to this first one here. Now, there's green mode and there's red mode, and I'm not exactly clear on what the differences are between these, so I'm just gonna put on screen what they say the differences are. You can tell me if it makes sense to you. We have the green white T70, that's so confusing. We have the green T75 speaker. And if we go to alternate mode here, we can dial in the amount of room that we have on this speaker simulation, so there's none. Or a lot if we want to be hello black metal. We're gonna go with none of that. Let's move on here. V30. Moving on here. This is the UK V30. Not bad. Let's move over to the red mode here. So the red T75. The red V30. And the red UK V30. My feeling with the built-in speaker emulation is that these sound like they're already tuned for a mix almost, and that would kind of make sense with it being a universal audio pedal and them having so many studio tools like plugins and interfaces and stuff like that. It kind of makes sense that the speaker emulation would be more narrow in its scope when you're listening to it over YouTube versus like an actual mic'd up cabinet or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like, it just sounds like it's been sculpted a little bit to fit in a mix. And it's kind of cool when you think about it that way because there is a lot of variability with these 6 cabinet emulations. Hopefully I just relayed the thought that's going on inside my brain in a coherent manner to you right now. Let's turn this off. Yeah, and let's go back to the actual microphone. I really really like these pedals. I like what Universal Audio is doing a lot. Like I said just a few minutes ago, I liked the anti-pedal a lot too. A lot of people were very critical about my reaction to that pedal, but I just really like these pedals. I think they're very cool pedals. I think it's cool that they're starting to include like more traditionally metal amplifiers as well. Excited to see what they do next. Can we get an Ingle? Just saying. All right, shout out to Sweetwater for sponsoring this video, but more importantly, shout out to you for being here with me. I really appreciate every single one of you. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, press the buttons down there, do the things. If you really, really like what I do on this channel, you can be super OP and join these lovely people over here over on Patreon. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.